Hello everyone and welcome back to the Mental Rampage in part 9, I believe, of the Dark Souls playthrough. We're really pushing through it. We have now a boss to face. I think there's a couple things we could still do in this area. But we're pretty much done with Anor Londo. So we're gonna go take on the big bad bosses of this area. I believe this is the shortcut, but I have to fight things to go through there, so I might do the jump thing. Might actually end up going and staying at the other bonfire just because it has me interact with... Oh, shoot, wrong button. Has me interact with less... No. Has me interact with less enemies if I use a different bonfire. The one that's out under the building with the painting. If I go stay at that one. Of course, there's only one person I have to take care of along my way this way. But I'm gonna go open this door. I should go get rid of you, because if I don't, you're going to be a pain in my butt while I'm trying to take care of these massive cards. I think these ones are even bigger than the ones that we were facing earlier, but... So I'm going to go and open up that front door that was behind those two cards. And, I think with that, we'll be done this area. Be done everything that we haven't done yet. Can I hit you? Ooh, you can hit me, though. Alright. Man, that is getting so easy to predict. Practice, dudes. Practice. Alright, so we've got a couple big guys here. I don't have to face them. I could ignore them. I think the problem is they both come at once. Wow, okay, you can hit me through there. I'm gonna go open that door. Looked like it was open for a moment there. Just a sec, guys. I got a thing I gotta do. Don't mind me. There we go. Are they the same? Or are they bigger? I can't tell. I'm gonna ignore them. I'm just gonna go fight the boss. I'm gonna ignore them if I can. I don't know if they'll let me. Yeah, alright, cool. Oh, I have not been looking forward to this boss. May or may not be bad, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. Ornstein and Smough. Notorious bosses. That one's Smough. And there's Ornstein. Okay. Oh, hi. Nope, nope, please. Drink. Alright. Need to get on the other side of this so Ornstein can come up here. See, he doesn't have a huge amount of health, so the key is to get him separated from Smough enough that you can actually take the time to attack him. Preferably, it'd be nice to fight Smough first, because if you fight Smough first, then you'll get his armor set. But, would you leave me alone? He's a bit harder to dodge when Ornstein's coming after you. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'll try it. Ornstein actually seems to be pretty hands-off at the moment. I'll take whoever I can. I'm not going to be picky. I might. I don't know. Ooh, okay. That was weird. It didn't look like that hit me at first. Take a second here. Did I not hit you? Oh. Alright, you then. Ooh. I might need to buff up that bonfire a little bit more. So yeah, I haven't been talking much. The key to beating these guys is to try to single out one at a time. You're just going to have to play this patiently. You can't play it quick, fast, and loose because you really need to bide your hits. Because these guys, they don't deal as much damage as other bosses do. I think that's in part because there are 2 of them, and they don't want to make it too overwhelming. Would you stop jumping back? So, use these pillars to your advantage. Keep putting the pillar between you and them, so that you can get up and you can get a hit on them. I don't know what Smo's doing right now. Ooh, should have been paying attention to him. Let's get behind this pillar and take a little breather. These are a notorious boss, I find, or at least I've heard, a lot of people have given up against these bosses. I think it's because of the difficulty of fighting 2 things at once. I mean, you've seen my strategy up to this point. Generally, Dark Souls is best fought when you're trying to take on enemies 1 at a time. And in this instance, you're forced to take on 2 enemies at a time. And not only 2 enemies, but 2 unique enemies that are high damage enemies. That being said, these guys, as they are now, if they were an enemy that I had to face, with the moveset that they have now being as slow as it is, they'd be incredibly easy enemies to face. I think you're just panicked because you're, you know, stuck in a room with 2 of them at once. I'm gonna try this. Ornstein is the harder boss to fight afterward, but we're gonna do this. Ooh, I got hit by that. Of course I got hit by that in the cutscene where I couldn't dodge. So, once you beat one, the other consumes his power and becomes stronger. This is, yeah, I believe the only boss in Dark Souls 1 that has 2 phases. Ornstein is the harder boss to fight in a second phase. Smo can be annoying, but he's still very slow. Ornstein, it slows him down a little bit, but he's got that range that you gotta worry about. It's just hard to get in there, you know? And, yeah, he has that move. Okay. I can't actually remember if Smo comes back or if I just face Ornstein like it was. Yeah, Smo, his moves are still very slow and very wide-reaching. Yeah, I'm gonna bump this up some more because I need more Estus to face these guys. I mean, I don't need it, but it'll make this process a bit faster if I don't have to keep coming back because I didn't have enough Estus to heal myself. Humanity restored. And Kindle. Yeah, from what I've heard, this is a quitting point for a fair amount of people. Because this boss isn't an easy boss. But the reason why, preferably, I'd like to be able to kill Smo first. Come on. Come on. There we go. Preferably, I'd like to kill Smo first. Sorry for clearing my throat. Because, like I've said before, you get the armor of whoever you kill second, not the person you kill first. Oh, shoot. Man. Oh well. I'll still have more Estus this round than I did last time. It's a little disorienting. Nope. Nope. Like I said, the jumping mechanic in this... Having it be the same button that you're using for sprint is just so terrible. There we go. I'm not going to heal up just yet in case I get a cheeky shot from one of these guys. Maybe I should. I'll do it. I don't want to go into the boss with less health. I'm actually going to ignore the Black Knight, or Silver Knight. I'm just going to try to run right there. Looks like I'll be able to do that with relative ease. Alright, round 2. Never actually tried Ornstein's armor. Aw, oh, man, they do come back. Alright. I mean, that makes sense. Oh, I need to dual hand. Dual me. Woo! Hello. Okay. Come on. Let me dodge. There we go. Oh, yeah. I didn't expect him to attack there. Alright. Still gonna see if I can get Ornstein. I apologize if I fail to do a lot of commentary. I gotta focus. Let's have a little drink. Slam. Get up there. Actually, it's... I shouldn't say this because the situation's gonna change because I say this. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, does that seek me out? And I'm finding it a lot easier to avoid Ornstein than I ever have in the past. Maybe the trick is keeping Smo between you and Ornstein. Because he seems to block him. Ooh, dodge too soon. Because he can hit you with that charge up, and then that final hit as well. So you want to dodge the initial time when he's running with the hammer, but you also want to dodge when he swings that hammer up. Ah, man, that was poorly timed. To dodge one, I had to get hit by the other. Alright. Alright. Leave me alone, Ornstein. Okay, that was a little confusing. Sometimes the lock-on can be to your detriment. There we go. Alright, I need to look at you a little bit. And it's frustrating because although it might change which is convenient to attack at the time, whoever you don't kill completely recovers their health when you enter the second phase of the boss fight. So it's entirely useless to be putting damage on both of them. Ooh, yeah, I just didn't have enough time. This is an unfortunate circumstance. Let me go over here and heal. Thank you. It's gonna hit me, but that's okay. That's not much damage. I'd really like to take you out. I'm not in a good position. Okay, there we go. These pillars are a godsend. If you didn't have these pillars, I don't know how you'd beat this boss. Because that's how you get them... That's how you beat them, is you get them stuck on each other. Yes, got him. I wish I could have got a heal in first, but... Yeah, that's how you get them. You get them stuck in the pillars and stuck on each other. Otherwise, they'd be relentlessly coming at you, both of them at the same time. Okay, where are you? Okay. That should have hit me. But I'm okay that it didn't. Okay, that hit me. Alright. Okay, that was a two-stage move. Alright, I need to get back. Oh no. You gonna hit me or hit the pillar? Oh, wow. That is a lot of damage. Can you just give me a moment, please? Thank you. Alright, let's try this. How much damage do I do to you? I do a fair amount. I just need to take my time. You just gotta take your time. You gotta learn the moves. Looks like the good old-fashioned stay right between their legs thing still works. I'm gonna get back here and I'm gonna heal. Which that... I don't think that can go through the pillar, but... Oh, that seeks, right? Does that get stopped by the pillar? Okay, it does. That was weird. He, like, dashed forward and got stuck on the pillar and looked at the pillar like, how dare you stop me? Ooh, I'm dead. I'm probably dead. From the throw? Oh, no. Okay, okay, okay. Can I get to a healing spot? Good, he's doing that. Perfect. I'm officially out of Estus, though. So, I'm gonna do this. So, I haven't shown you yet, because I haven't had to, but humanity does actually return you to full health. No, no, no. So you can actually use humanity as a last-ditch effort to refill your health. Fun fact. Okay. Let's try this again. One unfortunate thing about Dark Souls controls is, it's not always the case, but it seems to almost hold your desired, like whatever you try to do, say whether it's a dodge or an attack, sometimes it can hold that in preparation for when you can do that. I'm trying to think of how to describe it. For instance, there, I pressed attack a bunch of times, and then he stun-locked me. It somehow saved that attack that I had made and made it at the point that I could, rather than allowing me to do something different. You don't always know when it's going to do it. Sometimes you can just spam dodge enough that you'll end up breaking out of that, but not always that lucky. Alright. I may as well recover this. Where is it? There it is. It's a decent amount of souls. It's at least one level, probably. It's too bad they can't hurt each other. That'd be really great. Alright, Ornstein. Nope. Ornstein. Give me a break here. Please. Oh, God. I knew he was like, prepping for an attack there. I really should stop trying to attack you and get out of here. Let's just get behind here. Quick heal. Alright. Don't jump to the side, because I need you as a barrier to keep Ornstein away. Okay, forward roll did not dodge. Good to know. Oh boy. Look at the other one. Nope. Alright. I try not to blame game mechanics, because I know that can sound really defeatist, and I accept the fact that I made some foolish mistakes there, but when I was focused on Ornstein there after I'd taken all that damage, or Smo, and Ornstein was off to my left there, I was flicking over with the joystick to try to change my target to Ornstein, because I knew Ornstein was what I had to worry about getting hit by there. And it was not switching over. But it is what it is. This is round 4? How many times have I faced these guys now? I think this is round 4. After this, I'll probably skip to the point that I get to the boss fights. Not that it takes long to get there, but just to cut out on that little extra time. Eventually, I'm going to run out of things to say, so. Alright, round 4. Ornstein and Smo. Let's do this. Hit by that? Sweet, I didn't. Some pine resin would probably help for some extra damage. He just took Ornstein out. I mean, obviously he didn't actually take any damage from him, but... Oh no. I am not where I want to be. Okay, gonna go over here, get a little heal. I don't know if you can hear this while I'm talking, but on occasion here, Ornstein is giggling, and it's horrifying. I don't know, I think Ornstein is a woman. No, Smo. Gosh darn it. I always get the names messed up. Smo, this big one. Ooh. Yeah, I got hit directly by that. No. And it's super creepy when she giggles. Really off-putting. Ow. Alright, I can just get up right after you finish that move. Okay, I know you dodged, but I also know that I definitely hit you there. Ow. Alright, one down. We're getting to the point where we're getting one down every time, pretty much. Mostly, except for last time. It's the second part of the fight. Skip it. Let's go over here. Let's heal. Alright, 12 Estus Flasks. No. I need to not get hit by things like that. Oh, I dodged too soon. Man. It's the change timing that always messes me up. I find oftentimes it's the slower enemies that I struggle with more than the fast enemies, because I anticipate their attacks coming sooner than they actually come. Ooh. I remember that. Okay, I need to get to a good heal position. I think in Dark Souls 2 you can also sprint while locked on. In this you automatically dodge, even if you try to hold it. Is that going to be blocked? Okay, good. Alright, we're a quarter of the way down. Where's my souls? Over there. Those. Whack. Whack. Oof. Oh no. Okay, this didn't kill me last time. That does an underwhelming amount of damage. Don't get me wrong, that's still a lot of damage. But for what you would expect that to do, that does a lot less damage than what you'd expect. No. Heal. Okay, he's almost at half. I have 8 Estus flasks left. I'm doing okay. Gotta not get hit by things like that. Oh, that's not a pillar, that's a wall. Okay. It's cool, he almost has like a green look on his armor. Which is interesting, because it looks like it's supposed to be gold, but that makes me feel like it's... Oh, no. Can I? Ah! It looks like it's supposed to be gold, but that greenish effect makes me feel like it's copper. Alright, we're gonna skip to when we get there. So... some lightning resistance probably wouldn't be all that bad. Ah, well, that was a poor start. Oh, that was a really poor start. I might not make it out of this initial situation alive. Please no. At least let me pick up my souls. Oh, okay. Alright, don't pick them up, that's fine. Okay. Alright. Yeah, there was a giggle. If you didn't hear that, just go back a second. Ah, great. Striking me with lightning while I'm not looking, huh, Ornstein? Getting real petty here. Just because I keep killing your pal. It's interesting, I'm probably gonna keep trying to kill Smo, so you're not likely to see it. Nope, I wanted to dodge to the side. There we go. But Smo is just a mean, creepy person. Because when you kill Smo first, Ornstein goes up and puts his hand on Smo, almost like in a mournful way, like, you know, for an old friend or something. If you kill Smo first, he just slams his hammer down on Ornstein just like he doesn't care. He does not give a crap. Okay, this round hasn't been going that well. I mean, if all I'm doing is dodging them, then that's easy. Dodging them is quite easy to do, even with the two of them at the same time. It's when I want to get some damage in that's the problem. There we go, got a good chunk of damage in there. Maybe 3 more hits? 4 at the most. One, 2... yeah, 4 hits. Ooh, good thing he got stuck on that hammer. One more. If I can get that hit in without getting hit by Ornstein, that'd be even better. But no, of course I'll get hit by Ornstein. Alright, I'm gonna end up right here next to him. Alright. 11 Estus. Let's do this. Alright. Not quite the start that I wanted. Not quite the end that I wanted. So one of the things that makes this boss so difficult I mean, obviously, initially there's the fact that you're facing two enemies. I've already mentioned that makes it difficult. There's also the fact that this is, I believe, the only two-phase boss, like I said, in Dark Souls 1. Ooh, stumble. Oh, I know, I did not leave myself enough stamina to dodge. It's okay, though. If I survive, that was worth it, because I already have you down to half health. And I have not consumed Anestus yet. I'd really like to. If you would stop chasing me around, please. Okay. Oh, wow. That was interesting. You anticipated my dodge. Ooh, oh, I don't like the fact that I'm looking at you. Yep. Alright, let's get back here. Get a heal. There we go. Right, so, as I was saying. Can you attack me, please? This is the only two-phase boss in all of Dark Souls 1. Typically, when you go in and face a boss, even if you die right away, you are practicing against... Man. You're practicing against that boss still. And I did so well. Ah, you would catch me right in the back. You know what? I'm saving my Estus. So, as I was saying, the problem with the two-phase boss is Dark Souls is all about learning how your opponents fight, learning their moves, their combos, their attacks, how they telegraph their attacks. And then when you learn how that works, that's how you beat them. You practice against those things. You begin to comprehend what their different telegraphing means, and you know how to dodge it, he says as he fails to dodge one of Ornstein's basic attacks. In a two-phase thing, it takes you a while to get used to the first part. But when you get used to it, now you can beat that first part. And that's great, that's really satisfying. I love that didn't hit me even though I was just flat on the ground underneath it. And usually when you comprehend the first part of the boss, that means that you get to beat the whole boss. Because now that you've gained an understanding of how the boss works, you can go through that boss and beat it because it does the same thing the whole fight. With a two-phase boss where it switches up partway through, you have to learn how to beat the way that they play the first time, which is what I've done here. I've gotten to the point where I've kind of got their patterns down. I know how to put them between each other so I can get in there and I can do the damage that I need to do. But I need to practice against Ornstein, like just big Ornstein, which there's a barrier to entry. Every time that I'm going to practice against Ornstein, I have to first get through Smo in order to do that, which limits the amount of time that I can practice against just Ornstein and understand his moveset. Yeah, I'm dead. So, you know, right now what I'd like to be doing is practicing against the secondary version of Ornstein, but I can't do that unless I get through the first part. And I find in most games, the longer you try to do something, the worse you get at it. I find consistently there's always this threshold where initially you either do well or you do okay. Then you start to do really well because, you know, you're still motivated, you're not tired or exasperated by the effort that you've been putting in to beat this boss, So you're still feeling okay and you're doing well because you're learning. Then you start losing, because you lose a couple times despite the fact that you were feeling better about how you were doing. And the next thing you know, you're at the bottom. You almost have to take a break if you're going to do well again. That was just unfortunate. I should have been able to hit you there, but Ornstein got in my way. Stabbed me right through. You're learning, Ornstein. Getting better. I don't like it. I hit both of you. Yeah, take that, Ornstein. Don't worry. I'm coming for you in due time. Just give me a moment. I'd like to deal with your friend first, if you don't mind. I know you mind, but... Okay. Don't talk about how well you're doing, because that always causes you to fail. Should have dodged backwards, should have dodged sideways. That was kind of obvious. But it is what it is. Ah, that slow-moving, seeking lightning bolt. Oh, come on. Just let me get out of here. Okay. I'm one hit away, or two at the most. Alright. Come here. There we go. Always gets me right at the end. Always gets a hit on my... Alright. Okay. Okay, Ornstein. Oh, alright. Gonna get right up in your legs. Oh, no. I'm not gonna get right up in your legs. Now I'm gonna get right up in your legs. Dodge backwards. Go back. No, this seems to be working out well for me. Get your back against that wall again. Alright, don't get greedy, Cole. Back up. Get some health. Let him do that move, and let's get up in his face. It's okay. You take your time, you know? Seems like constantly moving toward him. Ooh. Except when that happens. Can I heal? Oh, I can heal. And I can hit. And I can hit again. Why'd you go so slow there at the end, Ornstein? He really let himself down there. Alright. Whew. So that was Ornstein and Smo. Finally beat them. Feels good. Oh man, now I can recover all of my souls. Woo! I think I did get a humanity out of it, so there's that. Now we're gonna go meet the princess. Guinevere? Gwendolyn? Gwen something. Some kind of Gwen thing. That's who these two are protecting. But yeah, I don't know if I finished my thought. Smo will, like, smack his hammer down into Ornstein. And Smo is the executioner, Ornstein is the Dragon Slayer. So I think it's kind of assumed that, like, personality-wise, Ornstein is kind of a chivalrous, respectful, you know, caring knight. And then you've got Smo, who's just a right bastard and doesn't care. But anyway, we're going to go in and see the princess now and get an ability that is incredibly useful. So we've taken out the bosses, and I did do a little leveling up. All I did was put a few more levels onto strength, getting real close to 40 strength. I'm looking forward to that, but now it's time to get that item. Ta-da!
Thou hast journeyed far, and overcome much, chosen undead. Come hither, child. O chosen undead, I am
Mildly awkward.
Guinevere, daughter of Lord Gwyn and Queen of Sunlight.
Let's just...
Since the day
There
Father
we go.
has formed it obscureth, I have awaited thee. I bequeath the Lord vessel to thee.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, there we go. Now I can warp between bonfires. Just so helpful. Just to be able to not have to... I mean, like I mentioned, the shortcuts are super useful and help you get around, but being able to just warp between bonfires is obviously more useful. And, you know, especially at this point in the game where you're going to a lot of different areas and wrapping up a lot of stuff and fighting a lot of different bosses, just helps you get around a lot faster.
And
I will gladly take that.
Succeed, Lord Gwyn, and inheriteth the fire
Oops.
of our world. Thou shalt endeth this eternal twilight, and avert further undead sacrifices.
Thank you. I will do that. Do you have anything else to say?
O chosen undead, thou hast journeyed far.
I have.
Since the day Father his formed it obscureth, I have awaited thee, once living, now undead, and a fitting heir to Father Gwyn thou art. O chosen undead, and beseech thee. Succeed, Lord, a grave and arduous test of mental.
It already has been.
It shall, indeed. We had felt the warmth of fire, its radiance and the life it sustaineth. Without fire, all shall be a frigid and frightful dark.
I can enter Abandoned's former covenant. I'm not actually part of a covenant
Thou
yet.
shalt go forth. May thou be one with the sunlight.
Yeah. Hopefully. So now we have to warp back. I mean, technically, if you didn't want to warp at all, you could still make your way back out of here by going back through the entirety of Anorlando, so that you could go to that spot and have the gargoyles move you, and then travel all the way back through Sen's Fortress. I'm going to warp, because heck with that. Daughter of Chaos. Can I still warp there, even though the bonfire is gone? This is actually something I need to do there before I move on to one of the areas anyway. There's a thing I need to get. Actually, before I move on to two of the areas. An item that I need to get that'll help me with one. Are you using a claymore too? Well, it's not the claymore, but it's similar. Do I actually have that? What are you wielding? Maybe the Zweihander? S-Talk? Who's the S-Talk? Anyway. I digress. Can I talk to you?
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I was thinking the gates, the old fortress.
Mm-hmm.
Is that your doing?
Yes.
Yes, I knew it. It seemed like an unlikely coincidence. Well, am I fortunate? This Knight of Katarina thanks you sincerely. Please, take this as a token of my gratitude. There you are. I'll be heading down below shortly. There's nothing worthwhile up above. No worries. Venturing is my life. I'm prepared for the worst.
You're not very good at it, Sigmar. Not lately, anyway. Oh, and he's... Remember when he said, last thing he said is, Maybe it's time I do something about it. Looks like he went to do something about it because he is gone. Now then, first thing I'm gonna go do is talk to Frampt. Now that I have the Lord Vessel, I've got new dialogue options with this horrible sound-making creature.
You have done it. You have retrieved the Lord Vessel. After 1,000 years, it is you. It is really you.
It is. You okay there? You got something in your throat?
Forgive me. I really should calm down. Now, let us take that vessel on a journey. I assume that you are ready. Now, be still.
Alright, easy enough. Game over? Oh god. No, it just takes you to a new area. Really does freak you out the first time it happens, though. It's got those big flippity-flop things. They look all ridiculous upside down now.
This is the Firelink Chamber for the successor of Lord Gwyn. Now, place the Lord Vessel on the altar.
This is an interesting area. I don't know much about it. I don't know what all these are meant to represent, these chalices. Chalice eyes. But now we go over and put this thing here. You can actually, you don't have to do this right away. You could fight all 4 bosses and then come and put this down. But I'll go ahead and do it now for fun. Oh, actually, wait, no, you do have to do this because you need it to open up all these gates. You got Nito, Seath, the Witch, or the Bed of Chaos, and there's one more. Why didn't it show all 4? That's weird. There is one more that you have to do. Yeah, you can stay at this like a normal bonfire, and you're gonna go get those boss souls so you can fill this up. Anything else to say, Frampt, before I move on?
Very well. As Kingseeker, I shall now instruct you, the Lord's successor, in your next task. To achieve your fate, fill the vessel with powerful soul, commensurate to the great soul of Gwyn. Scarce few possess such brilliant soul. Grave Lord Nito, the Witch of Izalith, the 4 kings of New Londo, who inherited the shards of Gwyn's soul, and Lord Gwyn's former confidant, Seath, the Scaleless. All of their souls are required to satiate the Lord Vessel. Are you ready? Then we shall return. Stay still for a moment.
Oh god, here we go again. Now the accepted order that is certainly the one that's considered the easiest to do, which is the one that I'll do first because I'm going to do them in the order that is best. And the first one would actually be to go get Grave Lord Nito, which takes me down into the crypts over that way, but there's an item that I'm going to have to grab first.
Oh, hello there. I'm pleased to see you, as always.
And I'll show you where that is in a moment. I need to go find a pyromancy in order to do that.
Be safe, don't you?
I'll actually have to look up where it is because I cannot remember where. I figured I would have found it by now, but it must be in an area that I can't remember. But, and we have some areas some things that we can do out of order that I might do. For instance, going back to the Undead Asylum, taking on the other Asylum demon. There's the Great Hollow, and going down to that other area that I've yet to show you. So I might do either of those. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do next. But either way, that's going to be a next episode thing. This entire episode is basically me just getting my ass handed to me by some bosses. But I eventually did succeed, and that's how Dark Souls works. Persistence, patience, and whatnot. So, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next video.